Hey there, if you're feeling like everything is just spinning out of control in your home, welcome to the world of most parents out there. This happens so quickly and easily, for no lack of trying to be better at it. It's one of those things. And the busier the kids are, and the faster things are changing, the more it's bound to happen. But I just want to encourage you today. There are ways in which you can take greater control of the environment and actually create the type of environment in which you and your children can thrive. And the fastest and probably most effective way to do that is by changing your language. And we don't always realize how much our language is impacting our worlds because we become so conditioned, all of us, to talk a certain way or to point out certain things that are probably negative and we shouldn't even be thinking or talking about. Or you just, call out a situation for what it is, for whatever is playing out in front of you, but not stopping for a moment to consider what words have I just uttered and what is it going to do for us, because we all underestimate the power of our words. We do. I know that, and it's always been like this, but with the world that is changing so fast and with crazier things happening all the time, it's really difficult to control your words at times. I get that. I think we should all get medals if we just don't swear every day. Because that is the nature of the world that we live in. So, but what I'm trying to get to is Kris Vallotton said something a while ago that I heard, and it really just captivated my mind because it's a beautiful expression, but it's so true. Our words create worlds, and the Bible says there's life and death in the tongue. Nothing more powerful than your tongue. So then we need to learn to use it more effectively, right? So I wanted to talk to you about that today because in so much of what is happening to us, we are so desperate to just express what we're feeling or thinking about the situation, and you don't take the time to really carefully consider what is coming out of your mouth. And the thing is, your children pick up on your words more than anything else. Yes, everything that you model will impact them immensely, good or bad. But sometimes if you're just lying on the couch and not doing anything in particular, but you are responding in a certain way to what you're seeing on television or a message that someone just sent through on social media, it's incredible the impact that has on their little minds. And how I know this, and what really concerns me about this the most, is when I hear little children tell me how stressed they feel or that they are depressed or what's the point anyway. That kind of language that is like, what? What are you talking about? What do you know? What? You haven't even started living, technically. So we need to be really mindful of the words that we use in our homes and the level of positivity that we actively build into their lives through our words every day. So the best way to do that is, first of all, in your reaction to your child based on what they are saying. Don't, if it sounds absolutely crazy, don't just dismiss it as, you're ridiculous, can't say that. First of all, if it stops you dead in your tracks, the first question should be, really? Tell me more about that. Why do you think that way? Why do you think you're feeling that way? And why would you say that? It's like, it's just a normal question. And obviously not in a judgmental tone or anything, but just a normal question. Really? Wow, immediately engage them in that, to take that thought captive, because they, in your expression to that thing, it also is going to either reinforce or get them to think, okay, maybe I wasn't really thinking that or feeling that. Let's move on. Nothing to see here, moving on swiftly. That is what we are aiming for. Then, that is one way to do it. Another way to do it is to say, okay, I can see that you are struggling with this thing. Can I help you with it? Or I can see that this is making you feel a certain way. You know what, I know what that feels like. I really know what that feels like. So let's try and find a solution to this thing. Let's try and find a solution that will get you to feel something good. Put away the negative, take on the positive. Let's try and do that. So it might take an extra 5 or 10 minutes of your time, but I promise you it is time well spent. You are going to make such an impression on your child for the better, really, really positively impact their thoughts and their words by doing this, that you will prevent far more serious things from coming your way further down the line. So take the moment now, as far as you can. Stop everything, say, come, let's go make a cup of tea and let's just talk about it. And honestly, the more you do that, you'll see, oh, this doesn't have to be a stop the world right now kind of discussion. It could just be casually taking it in your stride, but addressing it in a positive way that is going to change the world for them right now. It's immensely valuable. I cannot overstate this. Then another way in which you could possibly do that is, if you feel that you're not entirely sure to respond to this right now, rather get them to hold that thought. Just, okay, I hear you, I see you. Just hold that thought for a moment. Let's think about it and let's talk about it a little bit later when you do have the time to discuss it, so that nothing that could be potentially very important gets swept under the rug and has a chance to fester and develop into something far more serious. Really try and engage them right in that moment, in whichever way, so that they know they don't need to become more desperate or more radical in their thinking to get your attention the next time around. But to say that, okay, I've got this, I didn't miss this moment, let's deal with it properly a little bit later. Because in all these different ways, you are giving them the attention that they need. You are displaying the kind of support that would help you help them deal with it better. You are demonstrating understanding for them in that moment, and even though you can't find the solution immediately, you are going to help them find it. So your intention is very clear, and that is actually the biggest thing that they are looking for in that moment. So try and use every moment that comes your way. And I know, we've all got enough to deal with. My son said something very funny to me the other day. We were driving down the road and he said, are you seeing that car? Are you seeing that truck? Are you seeing that motorcycle? And I'm like, I'm not blind. And I've been driving for way more years than you've been alive. What are you trying to say to me? And he said, Mom, you have got so much rushing through your mind at the moment. I just want to make sure that you are seeing clearly. And that was wonderful. I really I appreciated that. But I could assure him, don't worry. Yes, my mind is rushing. There's a lot to deal with at the moment. But don't worry, I can still see clearly. So, these things happen. We really can change worlds by the words that we choose to utter in every given moment. And also, the more you do it, the more you are going to program your mind to deal with it correctly, and you're going to program their minds to respond better. And in that way, everyone can move towards a more positive outcome every time. So I just wanted to encourage you with that today. Hope you find value in that. Please comment below if you have a nice little testimony to share, or if you have changed your words in a moment and you've seen positive results from that. I would love to hear from you. Also, if you need more ideas of how you can possibly do this, comment below and I'll get right back to you. Have an awesome day.